Yeah, so election, I can't remember if it's the 24th or the 25th. 3 days later, my wife Lana went in for a medical appointment. She thought it was gallbladder or something related, but what they found was stage 4 colon cancer. And December 30th, same year, she's gone. So your biggest supporter is now out of your life. You have a CAO, Jim Buys, that has a new mayor, and now a new mayor that's basically in distress. So challenging times for sure. The next 3 months are kind of a fog. I'm hoping people don't hold me too accountable, but I had a good CAO, good council to kind of, and people in the community rallied around, great community rallied around me and my family. My boys were 18 and 20 at that time, still living at home. And so there's that. And then April, I remember it's April the 1st of 2015. And so I'm now to the point where, okay, I'm able to have these kinds of discussions and thoughts. Direction. Should I be mayor? Should I live in Niverville? Should I work where I work? Like everything, just life, everything. And so do what I always do at those, not just those times, but especially at those times, I pray. I just prayed for direction. And it was like, God, like, I don't know, my biggest supporter is gone as far as being mayor is concerned. Did I make a mistake? Did I not do, like, should I be doing something else? And it's April the 1st, and 25 days later, it's the first time that I'm going to do anything really socially. My sister's invited me to her place in Winkler, and I'm going to go for dinner, but she canceled. So I'm like, well, I kind of had I'm finally leaving the house, so I decided I would go to, all places, Walmart in the city, and I was going to get plastic tote bins to start separating the goods in the house for the boys. Like, I don't need 14 cookie sheets. Like, what's Myron going to do with 14 cookie sheets? So we'll start making apartment packs. And then it's like, well, it's 5 o'clock, and to go home, it's just an empty house. So Lana and I really liked going to Landmark Cinemas in Grant Park. The seats then were nice, and so I figured I'd go because that was before they started doing assigned seating. It was rush seating, and so all us gray hairs were there, like, for a 7 o'clock movie at 6 to get a good seat. So I figured, I'll just go, and I go, and they're like, they had just started assigned seating. Where do you want to sit? So this movie I want to see, I still remember, it was called A Woman in Gold. It's about this painting in Austria and part of the war movement, or Ryan Reynolds, I think. Anyway, so where do you want to sit? The whole theater is empty. I'm looking on this seating chart. There's not an X for a seat. So it's like, where am I going to sit? So I get first choice. And so I pick a seat about 3 from the back, and there's an empty seat, and then the aisle, thinking people go to the movies in 2s, so no one's going to sit beside me, so I'm going to take this one will be open, and blah, blah, blah. Long story short, a couple comes and sits beside me on my left, and a lady comes and sits on my right. And this is her boss, so they're talking across me. Hey, how's work? Blah, blah, blah. I offer, hey, if you want to sit here, I'll move, have your conversation with your boss. No, I'm fine. Conversation ends. And we start getting talking. It's like, so what do you do? Because I feel I've been part of this conversation. You can only scroll on your phone for so long, as people are talking across you. And so we have a little conversation before the movie starts. And then, long story short, halfway through the movie, this thought just goes through my head, and it says, you should ask her out. And I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm a middle-aged guy in a dark theater. I'm either going to get arrested or hit or both, or worse. But the thought that next thing that came across my head was, you prayed for direction. She's sitting right there. And I didn't know what to do with that. So I figured, well, she's sitting on the aisle, she'll be gone. But if she delays, kind of whatever, I'll take a shot. So she kind of is pretending to fumble with her purse on the way out or whatever. So it's like, okay, I don't know I haven't done this in like 26 years. I don't even know what I'm doing. So it's, hey, do you want to have coffee? So then, and she says, yes. So then we need to trade information, because she says, well, I'm busy for a couple of weeks because it's tax time, and it's the 25th of April, and so it's like we can't meet till like the 7th of May or something like that. And so, of course, it's what, 2015, the age of technology is upon us. But Myron doesn't think to share contacts on an iPhone. Myron goes for a business card in his wallet because Myron's old school. And so Myron reaches into his wallet, and the only business card I had was my Town of Niverville Mayor card. And I'm like, I can't give her this card. She's going to see politician, and if I was her, I'd run as fast as I could, as far as I could. So I sheepishly hand her the card, and she looks at me, you're the Mayor of Niverville? I'm going, so I kind of like head down between it's like, yeah. Long story short, we were married in November. And so, you know, so that first year, emotional, everything, like I didn't plan it this way. There was definitely divine intervention here. And to those that maybe don't have that belief, I can appreciate that. But that's the only way I can explain it. So that was, yeah, that year was an emotional year.